I'm now recording this interaction because this was a consensual conversation where you walked upon me and decided that because I won't give you my ID, that you're going to say that the result of couponing is now shoplifting. I'm going to assume I'm detained. Am I detained?
You are.
I'm detained for what reason?
For investigation.
No. Reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime.
Hey, don't you point your hand at your gun, sir.
I'm telling you, don't be digging in the car.
He just told me to look for my insurance.
Okay, I understand.
Don't point your... You know what I'm about...
The gun's not...
I'm not going to answer that question, sir. Write me a ticket for him, man.
I don't understand why you're...
You're welcome to film, sir, but you're not...
I can be wherever I want.
No, you're not going to interfere.
Then make me.
Back up.
No, I'm fine. Then no, why are you going to give me orders? I'm not a dog, bro. Keep moving. I'm not a dog. Don't give me orders.
Imagine you're sitting peacefully outside your home, selling legally purchased items from coupon deals. You're not committing a crime. You're not disturbing anyone. Yet suddenly you're surrounded by armed officers accused of theft and pressured to hand over your ID, all without a shred of evidence. What begins as a peaceful day turns into a chilling encounter about rights, assumptions, and unchecked authority.
Simple. Numbers.
So what's your name and badge number?
My name is Sergeant Hines with Warren County Sheriff's Office, 415.
Thank you. I'm now recording this interaction because this was a consensual conversation where you walked upon me and decided that because I won't give you my ID, that you're going to say that the result of couponing is now shoplifting. I've asked you to leave. I said I do not want to continue this consensual conversation. You refused. Said I don't get to dictate when you leave. And that's fine.
You didn't actually ask me.
Yes, I did. I asked to end this conversation. I am asking you to leave. I wanted to end this conversation. Okay, well, I've given you the information I have. Unless you can speak to the items out there in the grass, I don't know what else you can do to investigate. I've explained that my girlfriend coupons to you. I've explained that this is the result of that. I don't know what else that you want. She shops all over. No answer I give you is gonna make you think, oh, what I thought when I walked up is not the case, because you predetermined the notion of what you were going to come upon when you saw this yard sale.
Determine anything. That's why we investigate.
But you have no reasonable articulable suspicion that shoplifting occurred ever.
I've already provided that reasonable, articulable.
Which is what?
Multiples and...
So it's illegal to own multiples of items and then sell those items. So the people who are at the flea market who have multiples of items and are selling items should all be put under suspicion for committing shoplifting.
I just came here to have a simple conversation.
And I told you my name's Tony.
Your obstruction of that is...
There's no obstruction. Obstruction is a physical act. I'm not obstructing you. I do not have to help in your investigation. That is not my job. That is your job. You're required to do your investigation. I'm not required to say anything to you under the Fifth Amendment. You have a supervisor coming?
I've already advised you. I am the supervisor.
Okay, I wanted your supervisor. Isn't that your policy to try to contact your supervisor?
No.
Okay. Do you have a card?
I believe I have one.
Can I have one? Yeah, please. So that when I file a complaint with your department, I know exactly who I'm filing it on. This is harassment. I've asked you to leave. I would like for you to leave. You have no reason to be here. I've explained to you how we have come upon these items.
I was asked to be here, so I do have a reason to be here.
Okay, you can investigate somewhere else.
No,
There's nothing else for you to investigate here.
This is where it's occurring. This is
Okay, I understand that, but I've asked you to leave. You have no right to be here. I don't want to give you a hard time, but you're coming up here on baseless accusations.
You started with giving me a hard time. That's where we started.
No, I didn't. I just told you I wasn't going to give you my ID because I don't have to. Is that not true? Are we a stop and ID state? And now you're impeding me from being able to sell the items because people aren't going to stop when there's a sheriff standing on the porch.
Why would they not stop?
Because it looks like there's something intimidating or scary going on here. There's a man with a gun on my porch, standing over top of me.
Really? Because I go to stores and people don't leave the store.
No, but people aren't going to be deterred from a store. They're going to think that I'm some type of criminal when there's no criminal act going on here.
Well, I don't believe that.
You have no reasonable articulable suspicion. Having multiples of an item is not a crime. Selling multiples of an item is not a crime. You have nothing to suggest that any of this was stolen. Do you have me on video walking out of a store with all of these items without paying?
Potentially.
You don't. I can guarantee you 1,000% you don't.
Okay. What about your girlfriend?
I can guarantee 1,000% that she is not on camera stealing anything ever in her life. And the fact that you continue to sit here and act like this is ridiculous. You're trying to be quiet now that I have you on camera, but I want you to understand that I would like for you to leave. You have no reason to be here. I've asked you to end this consensual conversation and you refuse on no basis. I'm going to FOIA request that. Name and badge number, sir?
Alex Bigford, 486.
Thank you. Do you have a card?
Yep.
I'm just watching.
I've asked you to leave several times. Now you're walking through my yard taking pictures of my items. You can do that from somewhere other than this property. This makes no sense. You walked up on this property. This was a consensual conversation. You're trying to say selling multiples of items is somehow shoplifting. It is not. My girlfriend coupons, I explained that to you. You're continuing to push this because of some ego trip that you have because I wouldn't give you my ID. So are you going to come back and apologize when you find out you're wrong? Are you? Will you come back and apologize if you find out with what you're doing right now is completely wrong? I understand that. I asked for his supervisor. I know. I want his supervisor because what he's doing is completely baseless. He has no right to just walk up and assume that all this is shoplifted.
I don't know anything about that.
Did somebody credible call you all and say, hey, I know for a fact all this stuff is shoplifted?
I don't know. I just got here.
Because suspicion that it's shoplifted doesn't give you a right to come up on me and demand my ID and say that there's possibly a crime here. I told him I wouldn't give him my ID because there's no crime committed and we're not a stop and ID state. And so he decides to push the issue further. Am I incorrect about that? Do I have to ID to you if I have not committed a crime? We are not a stop and ID state, are we?
Well, if there's reasonable suspicion, yes.
No, if I'm detained and I give you a false name, it's a crime. If I am lawfully arrested, I have to give you my ID. I do not have to give you my ID just because you ask for it. We're not a stop and ID state. It's not a requirement. I'm going to FOIA request that. I want an incident report number. Can I have your card and can I have your name and badge number?
Sure. I'm Officer Williams, badge is 171.
And your name, ma'am?
Officer Bryant.
And badge number?
155.
Okay, and do you have cards?
Yep.
Can I have one, please?
Sure.
I'd like to know who I'm complaining on whenever I go to the police department. All right, that's great. Thank you. I don't have an issue with y'all doing your job, but now I think it's going a little too far. There's 4 officers with a man sitting down in a chair.
So she's on return to duty, so we're considered one because I'm training her.
Okay, I understand that, but there are 4 people with weapons standing in front of me, correct? Okay. For what?
We're investigating a
okay,
crime.
okay.
You were requested to assist with an officer that was
okay, but my question is, what reasonable articulable suspicion do you have that these items were stolen?
I don't know. It's not my case. I was requested to assist another agency, so that's what we're here doing.
So nobody can give me any answers on why you reasonably believe these items are stolen.
Like I said, this is the first time I've met you. I don't know all the details.
I've explained to him. I explained to him that my girlfriend coupons, and that we come by these lawfully.
Okay.
She does this for a living, for the purpose of selling these. We have these sales years and years and years in a row. And not once has anybody ever come up to us and suspected us. We've had cops stop and shop here. We've had no issues. I just don't understand how somehow this is now a crime.
I don't know. I was just asking simple questions and you immediately...
No, but I don't want to give you my ID because there's no crime. There's no crime being committed.
Well, then we call that a clue.
You call it what you want. It's me exercising my rights. I don't have to ID. We're not a stop and ID state.
I'm just asking simple questions, but you refuse to answer my questions.
I told you that she coupons. That wasn't sufficient for you because you believe that the stuff is stolen. So there's no way for me to convince you that it's not.
Not the way you've been speaking to me, no.
Well,
if she coupons, she should have. Most couponers keep pretty good records. I mean, does she have receipts for all
I'm
this?
sure she has tons of receipts, either in her purse or in the house.
I say because you said there's no way to prove it.
She does Ibotta. She does Ibotta. She does the other little thing that gives you stuff for your receipts. Yes.
So it would be a very simple request for me to walk up and ask to see the receipts. Would you be willing to do that?
You could ask that.
Would you be willing?
But unless you can prove that there was a crime committed, there would be no reason for me to have to. Now, she may voluntarily do it when she gets back.
She's on her way, though.
I don't know where she's at. But I don't have to give you my ID just because you asked for it. That's not how the law works. If maybe you had asked, what was going on, and then when I told you, you stopped and waited in your car, and you come back over here and you waited to speak to her when she arrived, then maybe this wouldn't have escalated to where it's at. But she's not.
How would I know that from across the street?
When the car pulls in the driveway, you would see.
Well, how would I know who's selling it? I don't know. That's why we investigate.
You don't know, and you don't know that there's a crime. I really would like for you all to leave.
Well, that's what investigation is for. I've not accused you of anything. I'm just
yes, you have. You said the items are potentially stolen with no basis. None whatsoever.
I don't know. That's why we investigate.
Do you have a video of anybody stealing from any store with any of these items that looks like me?
I don't know yet.
This is unreasonable.
I think it's completely reasonable.
I'm unreasonable. So I'm just going to assume I'm detained. Am I detained?
You are.
I'm detained for what reason?
For investigation.
No. Reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime.
Suspicion of shoplifting.
Okay, and what evidence do you have to suspect me of shoplifting?
Your yard.
My yard. I have stuff in my yard for a yard sale, guys. You know, yard sales are illegal now. That is absolutely insane. It's things like this that make bad relations between people and police officers. You were not. You just immediately accused us of stealing.
I did not.
You did.
I didn't.
You did.
I asked you simple questions.
I gave you answers. You weren't happy with those answers.
You didn't answer all my questions.
Told you where the stuff come from.
No,
Told you my
never
first
told me
name.
where anything came from.
It came from stores where they were purchased with
That's not
coupons.
an answer.
It is an answer. There's multiple stores throughout this city. There's multiple locations people can purchase items. These were purchased from all kinds of different stores.
Like where?
Like anywhere from Kroger to Walmart to Dollar General to Family Dollar to CVS to Walgreens. Anywhere that offers coupons that you can get digitally and that you can use manufacturer coupons on. It's how couponing works. You find things on sale, you use the coupons, you get them for even cheaper. I mean, you're getting them for a price where it's almost a steal, but it's not stealing.
Sure.
I don't understand why you're still here trying to perpetuate the idea that this is somehow theft.
With your girlfriend, so now
No, I said that you could have. Now I've asked you to leave. I mean, this is unlawful detention.
You told me this is not your home.
This is an unlawful detention.
You told me this is not your home.
This is an unlawful detention.
Did you tell me?
This is an unlawful detention. I have 4 people with guns detaining me for no reason. I don't appreciate it.
Most people don't.
Yeah, especially when there's no right and no reason. You just ask everybody for receipts? You just walk up on everybody and ask them for receipts to their items? When they walk out of a store, you say, hey, do you have a receipt for that or did you just steal that? It's ridiculous. I know y'all have better things to do than to harass somebody who has done nothing illegal. And you have no reason to believe they've done anything illegal. You're violating my rights by unlawfully detaining me. If you continue to violate my rights without reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, you will be subject to any litigation that comes afterwards.
So your girlfriend, she coupons? So
Yes.
Is she here? Or is she
I've already explained to the sheriff she is not here. She went to the bank to get change.
Okay, cool.
Can I have your card, please?
It's in my car.
Will you please go get it?
I will get one in just.
I would like to know who it is that's here in the yard.
I'm Officer Brian.
I understand you said it to the video camera. I understand I have it
My card will
recorded.
say the exact
I understand that, but in case something happens to the video, I'd like to have a physical copy as well.
Okay. I will get one before I leave.
I go by Tony. My name is Antonio. I've given you my name. I've told you where the items have come from. This is so ridiculous. What would be a sufficient answer that would have gotten you all to decide to walk away from speaking and asking questions? I mean, if there's no reasonable answer I could give that would make you all think different, then what was the point of even acting like you're being cordial? You guys have already run off several potential people that were going to stop. You're impeding on my ability to sell any of these items. This is completely unlawful. You can't provide one shred of evidence that there's anything to even suspect us of.
It's called reasonable suspicion.
But it's not. You can't articulate how it's a crime to have multiple things in your yard.
I didn't say that was.
Okay, it's not a crime then, so you don't have reasonable suspicion. You don't have a video. You don't have a video. You don't have any evidence, anybody saying my name, that I shoplifted, nothing matching my description coming out of a store. Okay, I told you that my name is Tony. I go by Tony. My name's Antonio.
A lot of Tonys in this world. That doesn't help me at all.
My name is Antonio.
Okay.
That's as far as I want to give you. I don't have to ID myself to you.
Okay.
I've not committed a crime. I know I've not committed a crime.
That's what everybody that commits a crime says. So that doesn't really help my investigation.
Okay. You just remember what you're saying and how you're acting. I'll smile for you. Is that what you want?
Been nothing but cordial.
I'll give you a thumbs up and smile for you. I've not committed a crime. I don't have any issue with you all taking pictures of me. I'm glad that you all don't have any issue with me recording you all, because it is my First Amendment right to do so.
I never said a word about it.
I know, and I appreciate that. Thank you for not getting upset about that. Some people do. It's unreasonable.
Right. When it first started, it was different, so people got upset about it.
Well, now people have been more educated, and people understand the law more.
Sure.
So how long are you legally allowed to keep me detained? Because it's not infinite.
You're right. But it's long enough to conduct the investigation.
Okay, well, you're not investigating anything. You've taken your pictures. You've investigated. How have you come to a conclusion by taking the pictures you took?
You told me the best person to talk to would be your girlfriend.
Correct. And I also said that you could go back across the street to your vehicle, and we could end this unlawful detainment, and you can end this consensual conversation, which is what it was from the start, and you could wait for her. Now she's pulling up, and you can speak to her, and then after you speak to her, she gives you the same answer that I gave you.
Sure.
Is that going to satisfy you?
Maybe. We'll see what she says. I don't like to make a snappy decision.
I'm not going to let y'all violate my rights. I'm not going to let y'all make me feel like I've done something because I want to protect my right not to identify myself to you all. It's ridiculous. It's tyranny. This is an unlawful detainment. Because I wouldn't give him my girlfriend's name. Because I wouldn't ID myself to that man. I've been detained for, it looks like 21 minutes now from the amount of time that has elapsed on my camera. 22 minutes. And I didn't videotape the first part of the interaction. It's not reasonable to harass people. I believe that you don't actually like to harass people. That's not your goal. But at the same time, what you're doing is harassment. I don't have to help you all in your investigation whatsoever. Look, you see that? Sir, please look at what she's showing that officer. That is a stack of coupons that she literally has in the front part of her car. Because she is a couponer.
They're just mad because they don't know how to do it.
We literally help people in this neighborhood. She uses the couponing to give away free things so that the neighborhood is not without. Everything is on a cheaper price than what you can get it from the store so that she can help the neighborhood. It's literally the most innocent thing in the world, and y'all are trying to turn it into a crime. I can't believe that. And can I get a copy of the original report where the person called in?
We'll have to do an open records.
Okay, I will. That's fine. How do I do that?
Just contact the sheriff's office.
The sheriff's, I can do it directly through the sheriff's office. So if I went over there to Sugar Maple,
Records.
if I went to Sugar Maple Square.
Well, at the courthouse, because that's where records is.
Oh, okay. So that's where they handle the FOIA request for
Go to
that.
the old courthouse where you go to.
Yes, I know what you're talking about, sir.
Taxes and all that.
Yes, sir.
And just talk to records, and you can do an open request from there.
Did Bowling Green Police leave? I did say that you coupon. I just wouldn't give him my ID, and that's why he tripped out. I don't have to ID. Because we stole these things. He was saying we stole these things, so I needed to ID myself. Okay, but I don't know. But either way, I know that there's no crime committed, so I don't have to ID. It's not a stop and ID state. It's not tyrannical. It's not easier for my rights to be violated. That's not how I feel. I knew you were going to feel different, and that's understandable. You can think how you think. Nothing that I did is illegal. I mean, people at stores literally know her when she walks in that she's the coupon lady. She literally just said the one thing that's made more sense than anything that's been said in this front yard. She'd have to be in.
When somebody's out here overdosing or dying, or anytime I've given anybody Narcan or anything, they always want my ID. Just like when you're a kid, they give you a contact card. Should they know what they do? It's to document contact with you.
Right, but he's saying that's not even going to happen. I'm going to write nothing up to say they made contact.
Not a criminal report. That's what we do, right? Criminal.
An incident report. This was an incident, right? You stopped and detained somebody for a suspected crime.
Stop talking to me.
I mean, it'll all be documented on our CAD system. This way it's
Come on. Over here and say, let me know.
okay. Do you have any questions for us?
Not besides, I would like to know that the lady's name that reported me, so she can be banned from my cell.
Yeah, unfortunately, we just don't release that type of stuff because we don't want that kind of drama or people angry with each other or anything like that. So,
Well, it's false reporting. That's a.
it's coming with a card. Well, it's a suspicion. I think it's fair.
I mean, after 6 years of being here, I mean, police stop and shop here that patrol this neighborhood. The ice cream truck stops and shops here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like everybody stops to shop here. For 6 years, every summer I have
Thank you.
sale. Nobody has ever said anything to me. It just makes me mad that somebody would call and report, and that you'd have to have this many people out here and scared. Like for the last hour, this yard would have been full of customers. Now all these customers have missed this yard because some lady wants
To be fair, I was just trying to ask some simple questions, but I couldn't get a simple answer. So it just made it more complicated. It extended the time that we were here because we couldn't get a clear answer.
I told you where the stuff came from. You weren't happy with me telling you that it was from couponing, though. It's the same answer she gave you, except for now you saw the coupons in her window.
Right. Yeah, a little bit of evidence goes a long way.
I mean, you immediately walked on me. I can't go anywhere. I was detained from the moment you walked up.
Because I don't know who you are.
Right, so I can't give you any evidence. I can't show you anything. I can't do anything to help further.
Absolutely could have.
I couldn't.
But you refused to. And when you refuse to identify, the courts have held that is legal to...
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Okay, that's all we got. I appreciate you.
Is there an incident number?
This video is more than just a dispute over couponed goods. It's a stark reminder that your rights only matter if you know how to stand on them. Never let intimidation replace lawful justification. If you're not suspected of a crime, you don't have to give ID. Know the laws in your state, because when silence becomes submission, tyranny finds its opening. What happens when you know your rights and refuse to play the cop's game? One driver stands firm during a traffic stop, refusing to answer questions, denying consent to search, and demanding that the law, not emotion, dictate the encounter. Watch how he turns the script on two officers who seem more annoyed than informed. They came expecting obedience, but left with a dose of accountability.
Hello.
Why?
After a couple of reasons, I got about 86 here in the 75 zone, and he didn't stop at the stop sign when you took the exit back there. You see your license, registration, insurance? Is this your car?
Of course, this is my car.
It is? Okay. All right. And you have registration, insurance?
I have to find it.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I have to find it.
Where are you coming from?
That's not your concern. Write me a ticket, man.
A ticket?
Yeah.
Why do you want a ticket?
You have to look at my name. I don't have my insurance on me.
But you have insurance?
I have insurance. I just don't have it on me.
Do you have the paperwork for the car?
No, I don't. But this is my vehicle. It's under my name.
Well, do you have the paperwork to show that?
It's on the thing. Right, my plate. That's my name.
Okay. Do you have any paperwork in your glove box?
No.
You just say nothing?
I gotta find it.
You can't find it?
I can't find my insurance card. But this is my vehicle. I have insurance and it's active. So go run my name. What's your name, Bass number, sir?
Okay. How long has your windshield been cracked?
Not gonna answer that question, sir. Write me a ticket for him,
I don't understand why you're
you guys are pulling me over and I'm trying to go home.
Okay, I'm pulling you over for a reason.
Well then write my name. Then write my name. And can you please stop leaning in my car, dude?
Okay. Can you answer the questions I'm asking about your windshield? It's a violation. You're speeding. You didn't stop at a stop sign. These are the things why I'm stopping you.
Well, write me a ticket for it, man. I'll take care of it in court.
You just take care of it in court?
That's right.
Okay. All right. Is the address current on here?
Everything's current on it.
It's all current?
All current.
I need you to provide proof of insurance for your car. So you need to try to look it up on your phone or something like that. Colorado, you're required to have proof of insurance in your car, okay? So see if you can look up some insurance for me. I'll come back up and see if you can find that for me, okay? Bye.
I ran a stop sign. Oh, damn it. Get away from my car. Get away from my car.
Hold on, while you're sitting here digging around in the back,
Look for my insurance. Get up.
Okay, I'm allowed to be right here.
Well, I'm gonna roll my window up, sir, all right?
You're gonna keep this down. You can roll it up some. Hey.
That's what I'm doing.
Hey, stop reaching in the car.
I'm looking for my insurance.
Hey.
Hey, don't you point your hand at your gun, sir.
I'm telling you, don't be digging in the car.
He just told me to look for my insurance.
Okay, I understand.
Don't point you know what I'm about?
The gun's not drawn, but when you are digging in the back of your car, I don't know what you're digging for.
I'm looking for my insurance.
Okay, why would your insurance be in the back seat?
Why you got your hand on your gun?
On the floorboard.
What's your name, Bass number, sir?
It's Officer Boyer. All of it's being recorded.
Well, I'm gonna look for my thing. So, I said I'm gonna look for my insurance. That's what I'm trying to do.
Why would your insurance be?
Don't worry about sir. Write me a ticket and I'll take care of it in court. Simple as that.
All right. So, do you have insurance?
Yes, I have insurance, dude. Duh.
It's not up in your glove box where it normally is.
I'm not answering my question, sir. Write me a ticket, and that's it.
You're staying out here then?
Yep. All right, bud.
If you want, you can roll down this back window, and I'll let you look for your insurance back there. Do you want to do that?
Stop looking in my vehicle, sir.
I'm watching you.
All right. You can watch me. I don't consent to any searches, seizures, or
Nobody
anything.
is searching anything. I'm watching you.
That's all right. And I'm trying to look for my documentation. I should have cleaned my car out. I should have cleaned it out. Sorry about that. Wow, that's probably what happened. What city are we in? What city are we in?
Just outside of Mac right now.
Mac. What's this city though?
What?
This is Mac. This is Mac City.
Yeah, we're just outside of it.
All
We're
right.
in the county of Mesa.
All right.
But I don't like your.
I don't care what you like. I'm looking for my insurance.
I'm asking you to not do that unless you're gonna roll down this back.
I was told by an
I
officer
understand that.
to look for insurance.
I understand that.
You're pulling me over.
What
That's
I'm trying to
fine.
tell you is I would like to feel safe too.
All right, bro.
So if you just roll down the back window.
What's your name, Bass? I'm sorry.
I told you, it's Officer Boyer 14-6.
Like I said, I will continue to look for my insurance, which I'm required to do by law, and it's in here somewhere. I gotta clean this car up. I gotta clean this thing up. So, it's in here, maybe it's over here. You better not shoot me, dude.
There's no reason to shoot you, but I'm asking you to.
I
stop doing
don't,
that.
sir. I'm
just
going to
asking you to
continue
stop
to
doing
look for my license. You
telling you
guys
not
pulled
to.
me over. You guys pulled me over in Mac, Colorado.
I'm telling
You guys
at this
pulled
point
me
to
over.
Stop looking in the back seat.
I don't, sir. Write your ticket.
I'm not writing a ticket.
Well, wherever the officer's writing the
is
ticket.
to stop reaching in the back seat. We'll handle the insurance thing in a second. It's not that important at this moment.
Well, I was told to do something, so I
Yeah,
will
and I'm
continue.
asking you, since I'm up here, to just hold off. That's that simple.
Well, I don't care what you're asking, sir.
Okay.
I will continue
Stop
to look for it.
reaching in the back seat.
What crime? You say the windshield and the speeding, write the ticket. I was told by an officer, I don't know if he's superior or not, to look for the insurance, and that's what I'm going to
Okay,
do.
that's fine. And I'm telling you right now to stop. When he comes back out here, if he still wants to see your insurance, then he can let you do that.
Say please.
It's not that hard. I appreciate your cooperation thus far.
Did you find anything?
That's what I was trying to do until he interrupted me.
Okay. You want to step down over here and look at it so you're not just like reaching around? Huh?
You want me to step outside my car?
And come around so you can look in the back so we're not just seeing you reach around the seat. You're gonna just step around over here where it's safer. You can look in the back seat and show me what you're looking for. You trying to decide or what?
No, I'm just waiting for you guys to write the ticket at this point.
Well, I'm waiting for you to show me if you have insurance.
Write the ticket. And we'll prove it in court, bud.
You just got your license back just a little bit ago too? Last month?
Write me a ticket and I'll take care of it in court,
You're
sir.
the one that's prolonging this stop. The sooner we can get these questions answered, the sooner you can get out of here.
Unfortunately, I got things to do.
I realize that.
And you guys stopped me on my travels. I didn't stop you.
So that's why I'm trying to get to where we can work this out. So if you don't answer my questions and we're having a stalemate, we're not going to get anywhere.
I guess we'll be sitting here for a while then. But if you say I did those things, write a ticket, I'll take care of it in court. Please stop leaning in my car. I don't consent. You don't have a right to be in my car.
I'm talking to you here, so I'm trying to, so I can hear you and stuff. The car's going by. If you come out over here and talk to me, then I don't have, we're just going to have a stalemate here.
Sir, you said that you got me for speeding, and you say you got me for this top light and this cracked window. Write a ticket.
Exactly.
And stop looking in my car, sir. Stop looking in my car.
You can look inside your car.
No, you can't.
We're out here.
You can't do that, sir. It's illegal.
Okay.
But right now, I don't feel safe with you guys near me. Now, if you want to go step back there, we can do that. But I'm not about to write me a ticket, and I'll take care of it in court, and I'll show I have proof.
You have proof in your car?
I have proof of insurance. Yes, I do have proof of insurance.
In your car. Well, turn around on this side so we don't feel safe just leaving you up here by yourself either. So you see it's kind of both ways.
Well, like I said, you can write me a ticket and I can go on my...
And you can come back to court back here?
I will come to court. Yeah, I got no
All the
problem.
way back here, you're willing to do that rather than just show it to me?
I can fax it over.
No, you have to come back to court.
Well, that's
you can't
fine.
fax anything.
That's fine. I'll come back
You're
to
willing
court.
to go through all that for this, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
And I will take care of it.
Where are you coming from?
Not gonna answer questions, sir.
Huh?
Not gonna answer that.
You know what I mean? No?
So am I free to go, man?
You aren't free to go. I'm trying to, I have things I need on this.
Bro, you can write
Your battery's gonna run down. You keep doing this.
I got a dash cam.
Uh-huh.
I got a charger. This can go all day, man. I'm trying to go with my dad. You can write me a ticket and I'll take care of it in court.
All right, right back with you.
All right, bud. Appreciate you. Am I free to go, man?
All right, here's your information back. They will give you a warning for those violations. You need to make sure you carry your insurance card in your car, at least in Colorado. I don't know about Nebraska and stuff like that.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Can I be free to leave?
You're free to go. You travel safely.
You too.
All righty.
Stay
Any other
safe.
questions for me?
Nope.
Just in the future, we're not out here trying to get people. You know, we're not out here writing tickets. We're out here trying to do our job, okay?
I appreciate you, man.
All right. You travel safely. Thank you, sir.
You too, man. Stay safe.
Never forget, compliance isn't mandatory when no law is being broken. This driver kept calm, stood his ground, and walked away with his rights intact. In a world where police often rely on confusion and pressure, knowledge is your greatest weapon. Don't fold, don't answer questions, and always, always record. When the camera turns on, the power struggle begins. A citizen stands firm on public ground, recording law enforcement just as the law allows, but officers try to treat the sidewalk like their personal territory. Orders fly, tempers rise, and the question becomes clear: are you really free if you're told where you can and cannot stand with a camera in your hand?
You're welcome to film, sir, but you're not.
I can be wherever I want.
No. You're not going to interfere.
Then make me.
Back up.
No, I'm fine. Then no, why are you going to give me orders? I'm not a dog, bro. Keep moving. Keep moving. I'm not a dog. Don't give me orders. You can knock it off, bro. Sir, I'm not scared of you.
I'm not trying to make you scare me.
Why are you trying to get... I'm
fine.
fine.
Right there, sir.
I'm in a public area. Is there a dedicated crime scene?
So, a dedicated crime scene.
Yes, that is the law.
Right here. I'm asking you to step back.
All right, then. You can stand there and stop me. I'm not going to proceed any further than I want to. But I will stand here and record anywhere in a public space.
Yeah, you're welcome to record from over there, man.
You can tell me over there. I'm doing my job. How about let me do my job? How about that? I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm filming.
Sure, and I said you can film. Take a step back.
But you can't tell me where I cannot exercise my rights.
That's not true.
Bullshit.
You cannot interfere with our traffic stop, sir.
How am I interfering? Because if you look at 148, it's a physical act. To interfere, it's a physical act. I got to physically stop you from stopping you to do your job.
Look what I'm having to do. I'm having to stand here with you.
I'm sorry that you
can't.
Take
a step back.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm fine here.
You want to just hang out? Yep. Here.
I'm just documenting everything. Thank you. Shouldn't do. Yeah. See, I'm standing here and nothing. He couldn't do nothing. It's all word. I don't have to. As everybody should remember, they have the right to remain silent. Anything they say may be used against them in the court of law. They're
They're not your friends.
And he says you're being weird. No, he's just like.
I exercise our rights of our First Amendment to come out here and film the police.
I'm telling you what he said.
All right, well.
Weird and doesn't want you here.
All right, well, I'm here to record you.
That's fine.
All right, well, I'm here to record you.
Filming in public is not a favor granted by the police, it's a constitutional right. If you give an inch when they bark illegal orders, they'll take a mile. Stand your ground, know the law, and never let intimidation decide your freedom. The sidewalk is yours, the camera is yours, and your rights don't disappear just because a badge says so.